I've writing set lists that's not like the worst. That's the chore that I'll drive, I'll load, I'll pack up the gear, I'll do it all. Just please don't make me write the set list.
Are you the same way with the track list on an album?
As far as like putting an album together,
putting them in order and stuff. Yeah.
No, that's a different thing because that's like putting the chapters in a book,
right?
And that's fun, that's cool, and I love that whole experience of like, okay, I finally got the 12 songs that are going to go on the record, and now what order do they go into, and how long do you want the space between the two songs? And we've kind of lost that now with singles in the digital world, but that whole experience of sitting down with an album and listening to the whole thing front to back, and the songs, they go in a specific order for some reason that only maybe the artist or the producer knows. And so, that part I love, but the whole, we got 4 gigs this weekend, let's go ahead and write 4 set lists. Oh man.
So she's doing that then.
We're working on it.
So I have been lately, and I love doing it, but I'll tell you, the only problem we run into is I'll show it to him and I'll say, how about this? And he's like, well, you can't have 2 funny songs back to back, or this is because I don't pay attention to the words. I don't even know some of the words to some of the songs that he's been singing.
That's great.
And we've been playing together for all of these years. I'll hear something and I'll be like, oh, that's what he's saying right there. But I don't, so I pay more attention, like what key is the song in? We don't want to have 3 songs in the key of A, and we want to upbeat and then a mid-tempo, and then let's put a ballad here. And
I love this. I've never really talked about the strategy of set lists. I'm very intrigued by this. So are you preparing the set list based on show to show too? Like we played this one last show, we don't want to play it this show, or are you even paying attention to the set list? Like let's say you played Love of War in Plano in October, you played again in March. Are you paying attention to those as well and trying to play something?
Yeah.
He saves every set list. He prints them. He saves them on his as a Word document, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so like we're playing Larry Joe's festival on Thursday, and so we always go back and look at the last one, whether it was Rhymes and Vines or Larry Joe's in April or September, and we see what we did then and make sure that we don't repeat. There's some that you have to do every time.
Of course,
that's probably 4 songs that you always have to play. And then we try to change it up for our benefit too, but mostly for the people that are out there so they don't say, we kind of, why are you playing the same thing all the time?
And then you go to like, well, is this a sit down room? Is this an energetic room? Is this Billy Bob's, or is this the Bowery stage? You know what I mean? And so that will dictate also kind of song selection.
Full band and duo, totally different stuff.
Is this more of a storytelling setting, or is this more of a danceable?
Maybe we're overthinking it.
No, I don't think you are at all. I think this is brilliant. And, I'm looking at this as like a wrestling fan, right? Like if you go to a WWE show, you don't want to go to the same show in March that you saw in December, right? So obviously they're going to have a different lineup each time. You don't want to see Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan every single time, right? So
yes, and the same moves and the same.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you're overthinking it at all. In fact, I think artists could learn a lot from this segment. I'll keep it real. Like I'm really excited that you guys shared this because I think this could really help a lot of artists out there. I feel there's a lot of artists out there that I go to the show and then I go to a second show, and if it's any even a smidgen similar to the first one, I'm not going to a third one. Right? I mean, otherwise, I'm just seeing the same thing every time. So why would I go to that third show? But if you guys are making an attempt to make the second show as completely different from the first as you can, then I want to see the third show because I want to see how you change it again and again and again. So no, I don't think you're overthinking it at all.
Now we do have, there's kind of like big rocks, like endings of like show enders, and there's some stuff like that kind of.
That's what I said. There's 4 or 5 songs that
kind of stay, but then in between those things and try to change it up, and let's not play those. Now, if you went on a 4-day run with us and we were pressed for time to get out of the house. Now, I know a lot of performers, and they write their set list like the hour before the show.
Right.
We're a little more kind of put to, I don't know. That's never worked for me. Like those kind of people also don't book their hotel until they get done with the gig.
Well, but then we also we'll play a place like the Bowery stage probably. A lot of times we'll look at the set list and just say, "What do y'all want to hear?" And then the rest
Which
of
is
the night,
always fun.
and we love doing that until they ask for the 2 or 3 songs that he hates to play.
Oh, hey, I just
Oh, yeah,
would
you
rather
do.
not.
And he's like, "Oh, but we asked what you wanted to hear, and so you have to do it." And it's always fun.
Well,
But
then-
I might, if we go on a 4-day run, I might just print the same set for each show. So if we're gonna go to Oklahoma City, Knuckleheads in Missouri,
Yeah, where they've never heard us.
and they never heard us, and we might do that. But if we're gonna play, Love and War, yeah. So to your point, there's a lot of variables.
So just so to keep this the metaphor intact here, wrestling is the same way. If they're on a 4-day run, the show is exactly the same for those 4 days. But if they come
Right.
back again for another 4-day run in the same area 6 months later, it's going to be different, guaranteed.
Gotta have a new show. Gotta have a new show.
Absolutely. I love that, and I'm sure
Thanks,
as
man.
artists, maybe you're reading the room, so that can change your set list. Maybe
Always.
you perform a song and it does well, so that can change the next song because it went well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and you have to be kind of spontaneous in that way as well as creative people. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Also.
and if the room starts going one direction, you're like, oh, you kind of have to,
If they get sleepy, if you
Yeah, you're
maybe
like,
we're playing
uh-oh.
too many slow songs, we need
right?
to
Or
just,
these people really want to dance. I had no idea. And so
Yeah.
then, and look, we write these set lists, and 9 times out of 10, we wander off the path.
Of course.
Start calling
Yeah.
all of these anyway,
Absolutely.
which is fun.
Which
That's
also
life.
makes it a
That's
new
life,
show
yeah.
because that makes it a new show too because it's not going to be the same weave
Right.
that you did last time, right? It's
Right. Yeah.
completely,
Yeah.
spontaneous. So that's good stuff. Max,